For the Bible said that he that cometh to God must come believing that he is.
Hello everyone, my name is Ashriel King, and what I want to talk with you guys today about is why masturbation is a demonic practice. Because it is a sin. But it's also, a demonic practice in that sense, because the thing is with masturbation is that it's so common and it's so regularly practiced throughout our society, and it's seen as so normal that when you say this to people, it's like, huh? But I'm talking from personal experience anyway, not just what it says in the Bible. And it opens up doorways to demons entering your life. Like so many wet dreams are a result of porn and masturbation. And people again think wet dreams are something that is normal, especially when they're happening on a regular basis. But we are under spiritual warfare, spiritual attack when these things are happening, guys. Masturbation is a form of self-pleasure. And you just have to ask yourself, would Jesus be happy watching you masturbate? No. Would God be happy watching you masturbate? No. Would he be happy watching you sing and worship him? Yes. And that's what you have to ask yourself if you're a Christian especially. It's like, I know God is not pleased if I choose to masturbate. It doesn't matter if you have no thoughts in your head, if you're watching porn, masturbation on its own, without anything else, without thinking about past sexual things that happened or anything like that. Masturbation on its own is a form of self-pleasure. And when you're pleasing yourself before God, it's not good. Right, God's not getting anything out of that. Anything. Right, he doesn't even get anything from our righteousness. So, what makes us think that masturbation is a good thing? Because it says so in science. It says that it's a perfectly natural thing. And that guys all around the world and women practice it, and it's a stress reliever. That's the biggest thing, that people accompany masturbation with stress release. Now, I was having a conversation with a mate the other day about masturbation and how it relieves stress. Now, for me, I'm not gonna lie, it does relieve stress, but I think part and parcel with that is because we are addicted to it. Now, like any addiction, when you relieve yourself when you do that practice that has led you to become addicted to the practice in the first place, you're going to get some form of stress relief. It's like I compared it to a smoker, and he didn't like that, but it's funny. Because when you're smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, you associate that act with stress relief. But that is mainly because you are addicted to that process. Same as masturbation. When you're wanking, excuse my language, when you're doing that 4 or 5 times a day, you're going to be relieved of some stress, right? But the stress has been built up in the first place because you're addicted to that. You're addicted to that habit. A lot of people don't want to stop because they're addicted to it and they can't handle the stress that builds up when they're not doing that. Well, why don't you convert that negative habit into a positive one? Use that stress, which is built up energy, and put it into a more positive practice. Go for a run. Go to the gym. Start learning to play an instrument. Anything. Much more positive than masturbation. Because why do we need to do that? We don't need to do that, do we? A lot of people think they need to masturbate. We really don't need to. You only discovered masturbation probably when you started watching porn. Right, most guys discover masturbation when they watch porn. And we all know we don't actually need porn in our lives. It's just something that we indulge in. So, you only discovered masturbation when you discovered porn, right? So what would happen if you didn't discover porn? I know, yeah, people have been masturbating from day one kind of thing. It's that kind of an act because it is self-pleasurable. But I really don't feel that we would have been masturbating as much if there wasn't so much porn around. If sex wasn't pushed out there. It's such a vehicle that it is today. Such a vehicle for sin. And that's the thing. As a Christian, you got to feel that God has something much better for you than this act. And when you realize that God has much better things planned for you in your sexual life, then you can just look at masturbation as something that you used to do. But like I said, it's something that's so common in men and women today that when you talk about it being demon worship and a demonic practice, it rings not pleasant bells in people's heads, and people don't like to hear it. But yeah, that's just the way I view it, and the way it's viewed in the Bible, so I cannot deny that it is very, very negative. And that's the thing, a lot of the times when people are masturbating and it relieves the stress that's built up in the body, you just lose a lot of energy. You lost a lot of energy there, precious energy. Not just any energy, it's precious, that energy that you just got rid of just like that. Not to mention it hardwires your brain, scientific evidence to prove, but it hardwires your brain to be dependent on that form of release. Just like any addiction. Like I said, it stimulates the same receptors that cocaine stimulates in the brain. Same receptors as cocaine. It's probably more addicted than cocaine, more addictive. And that's why it's so common. But because it's so common, it's seen as normal. Because cocaine is illegal, and it's a Class A drug, people are like, nah, you can't compare it to cocaine. But it's the truth. And you don't have to just take my word for it again, do your own research. A lot of people who masturbate don't look into the negative side effects of what masturbation is doing to their life. Masturbating to porn, in my opinion, is definitely a lot worse, but masturbation in itself is just a sin, and it's just something I don't want to partake in ever again. So yeah, last time was a few weeks ago, and I don't want to go back because I know myself that it's caused me so much negative effects, it's not even funny. But people are living with these effects, and that's the thing, a lot of guys are indulging in this because they don't see the negative downsides right now because they're so young. You carry on like this for the rest of your life, you're gonna suffer. Trust me, you will be suffering. So that's just all I have to say in the matter. But yeah, take care anyway, people. My name is Ashriel King, and I will see you next time. Peace, God bless.
Come on, everybody. Let's call Jesus.
Jesus, Jesus.